was dressed all in black.
Yeah, definitely.
And you thought he was weird?
Yeah, I definitely, yeah.
What was weird about him?
Just the way he walked. And...
Did look over at him and he was kind of like that was his face.
Kind of just like, we should just go like for fun, just to see. We don't really care like about Charlie Kirk.
Charlie Kirk's wife and maybe a kid or both of his kids were actually at the event today.
He changes clothing on the roof.
It sounds like the shooter was a tranny.
So he did have freckles on his face.
Charlie Kirk was betrayed by people who are close to him.
Your wife is not your employee.
We as the American people deserve to have every Epstein file released with no redaction
Make some
whatsoever.
noise if you care about the Jeffrey Epstein scandal.
Get right up.
Yeah. You think he'd already be in place?
There was a guy like laying down with like a sniper.
And I went up to the top and ironically was very close to where the shooter was.
Like, how did this guy know that he was going to be able to just get on the rooftop?
Right. And it's hilarious. I think this is the most corrupt presidency in U.S. history.
Yeah, President Trump's name was actually in the Epstein files going back to February.
And in that footage is your driveway, and you parked there at 11:30 a.m.
He's walking in front of my aunt's house there right now, and my cousin's house is the driveway that is taking that photo, and my CRV, the gray CRV in the distance there is my car. I parked there probably 10 minutes before he walked by.
We should impanel a grand jury, and every person involved in the Epstein child sex trafficking should go to federal prison for the rest of their life.
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Oh my God.
That'll shut him up. That'll fix the problem.
There are conspiracy theories about your personal social life. All day.
The FBI says the Charlie Kirk conspiracy theories are legit.
It's a very dark story that involves these donors, sponsors, influencers, a takeover of sorts that I think was happening right under Charlie's nose.
See anything that looks like a gun in his pants. We don't see it. Where is the gun, according to the FBI?
Cash said that they found what we presume was his screwdriver on the top of the building.
Very goth, very black.
We don't see anything there.
I received a call from a friend of mine who happens to be
a
retired detective.
Haven't seen that before.
All these people fleeing for their lives. And she says, go F yourselves.
I saw Charlie Kirk get shot.
This guy's not trans, but he's into furry culture and he's dating a trans person.
Tyler Robinson is or was suicidal. That is not true. And that's a very scary thing.
Left side of his neck, down his shirt, and he slumped over and he was carried off.
Deb, we're not doing this. Sorry.
Get off me! Get off me!
The evildoers
Running high right now.
responsible for my husband's assassination have no idea what they have done.
Hey guys, welcome. Happy Thursday. The weekend is right around the corner. And we might not have any rights left by next week. So enjoy them while you have them. My third TikTok account just got banned. And I'm not even saying anything at this point. So I don't know what's going on. Because I see a lot of, conspiracy stuff. Like, I'm not even spreading conspiracy stuff. I'm talking about, challenging the facts, right? I'm not jumping to any conclusions, but they don't want people critically thinking. Like, that's what my assumption becomes, because I see the stuff that is left on TikTok with millions of views that is, attacking certain groups of people, and it's on both sides. So it's not like they're banning people. I mean, I don't know who else they're banning, but they really don't like me. And I'm not even that big of a creator. I had 40,000 followers to start the first account. And then my second account, which I only had a few days, I think I only got up to 500 followers. I only had like 5 videos, but that one got sniped today. And now my new one, I put one video on there and it got 0 views. So I think that I'm officially banned from TikTok forever. So I don't have a voice anymore. And who knows how long I'll have one here. So, I mean, I don't know. I think it's time to buckle up and leave the country because I think, once speech is taken away, you literally have nothing. Because without speech, you're not a human. You're just a rat in a cage, and they can mess with you and do whatever they want because you can't speak up. It's your voice that actually gives you power, and taking people's voice away, it's, and it's funny because, the whole threat was communist China was running TikTok. And now that the US government runs it, it's much less freedom. So everything that they scared us about communism, I mean, they seem to have more freedom than we do. So I don't know what's going on, but it's just obnoxious because I think, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be talking about this anymore. Maybe that's what needs to happen. Maybe I shouldn't ask any questions. I mean, I think there are a lot of people that I don't really think there's anyone that has looked at this and been like, yeah, that feels right. Nobody, literally nobody. Not when this first happened, not when Erica Kirk made her first statement, not during the memorial. Like, I think people are very uncomfortable by it. And a lot of people just want to push it out of their minds. They know that it's not right. And some people want to speak about it. Like, to me, it makes me want to crawl out of my skin because it's so, I don't know. There's just so much of grossness about it, about what happened and about how people are acting, and just nothing feels right about it. And I guess we just move on. I mean, that's what I'm thinking too, because they seem to not really be taking down the conspiracy stuff, like, oh, it was this guy over here in the crowd and this one up here, and it was this angle from this flash of light back here. They don't care about that stuff, but they care about what I'm saying, which is weird. Like, are they really listening to my videos? Like, I was always thinking that it was like, which I think it is a lot of the time, it's like AI will pick up on certain words, and that's what kind of flags you, and then like human reviews it. But like the stuff that I'm saying, it's not even, I don't even think it's anything that would have been flagged. So I don't know. Are they like listening to everything I say? It's creepy. It's bizarre. But this girl, so this is Brian Enton at Turning Point interviewing this girl. And I think this is what we're kind of dealing with. And that's why I'm almost like, well, maybe I shouldn't say anything.
Since you were there, like, what do you, there's been so many, I don't know if you watched, there's a lot of videos online like about the investigation, there's a lot of conspiracy theories. I mean, you were so close. Like, what do you think about all that? What do you think about the investigation? Have you thought much about it?
To be truthfully honest, I don't listen to those videos. I know the organization of Turning Point. I've worked with them for many years. I know that they'll demand a truthful investigation, and I have faith in that. I also have faith in our law enforcement and investigators.
So blind faith. I mean, I wish I could have blind faith in something, but I can't because I can see the truth. And I mean, I wish that I couldn't. This is kind of like the red pill, blue pill thing, the Matrix. Once you see the truth, you can't go back. You can't go back to blind faith and people and institutions, and then you're just up shit creek. It's like you either have to be, I don't know, you have to be like a body snatcher. Have you ever seen the body snatcher movies? I used to love those. And now I feel like I'm living it because there's just so much going on that's not right. And so many people are just buying into the narratives, not even questioning anything. And people that actually research and dig in are being silenced. So there's no chance for the truth to get out. And it's frustrating. So you just have to kind of blend in with everyone else that is just going about their lives, not really acknowledging anything as rights get stripped away. I don't know. But it does seem like that's where we're headed. I don't see any path where it gets better. And, I just watched Tucker Carlson, the final episode of the 9/11 files, and God. I mean, it didn't start with this administration. It's been going on for a long time. I mean, the stuff that went on during 9/11, the stuff that's proven, right? I'm not saying that our government orchestrated the whole thing, but they definitely used it for political points. There was definitely a lot of failures. There was definitely some extra stuff that happened that wasn't really related to 9/11. And they used it to go and unalive, I don't even know how many millions of people, 20 million. I don't even know, like all the different wars that we've had over there. We've destroyed entire countries over it. And it seems like, they were invited over here. It's sick. And I just, feel like we're just in trouble because I think we've gotten to the point where the corruption is just so deep that, there's no way to get out. And every tax dollar that we pay in, we are supporting whatever they want to do. We have no say at all. And most of what they're doing is to enrich themselves. It's not for us at all. And that's our system. Well, that's what our systems become. It's all about money. It's about donations. You can't even get on a ballot unless you can raise, I don't even know what the threshold is, but millions of dollars, right? So a regular person that might be likable, that might have great ideas, will never get a chance unless they buy into one of the parties and the parties raise money for them and support them. And then you have to support their initiatives and their narratives. And their initiatives and narratives are based on what their donors want. And that's the whole problem. But I don't think we need money in politics at all anymore. I think there is a way to get out. Just everyone has to see it. And everyone has to push for it. I think it is possible. I do. I just think that you people will be silenced before it gains any traction. But the reason why, or in my opinion, the reason why you needed the donations in the beginning is because you needed to get media airtime. But now we have this thing called the internet. Nobody needs the media. What if we all just say, F you? We are just going to, let anybody with no money tell us what their thoughts are, tell us what the issues are. And all they need is a phone to talk into, and their message can spread throughout the country. And we don't need the parties, and we don't need the support of donors. And we will elect people that are poor. And their salaries will be whatever it is. I think it's like $200,000 or something if you're a senator or a House of Representatives. Why not? Why not? What is wrong with that? I mean, I think it is feasible. It's just the people that in power would never allow it. They would shut it down. They would shut down speech like they are now. And I agree, Kitties. It's healthy to listen to both sides, different sides, and that's how you do get to the truth. I mean, I didn't agree with Charlie Kirk on everything, but he had insight that I don't have. The same thing with a lot of people I listen to. Like, there's very few people that I agree with everything they say, but I think our public, or the way that humans in the past have been, is that they have blind allegiance, to their church or to whoever. And that's what they are capitalizing on now. They're not capitalizing on critical thought. They're capitalizing on, you find someone that you like, and that's the person you get your news from. That's the person you listen to. That's the person you follow. And for a lot of people, that is it. That is it. They don't think about anything. If that person completely changes their mind, they do too. And that's it. And, it's a sad state of the world that, we live in the age of information, and that's how people have become when we have access to information. Well, for now, I think things are being scrubbed all over the place, but we're in trouble. So Candace Owens, there were a couple of clips of her. So she has a private book club. Her podcast has been out for a week. It's not coming back till next week. A lot of people are saying different things. Like, there's still a lot of people attacking her. There's still a lot of people that are blindly defending her. But I think that's the problem. It's like blind allegiance to her or against her. It's not, there's very few people that are like, well, analyzing like what her motive is, and what is driving her. Like, in my personal opinion, I can see that she needs to have content, right, for her show. So there might be some leads that really lead to nowhere, but she still has to present it in a way to keep people engaged, whatever. I think that's part of it, and I can acknowledge that and see those parts. I recognize it. But then there's people that are just like, yes, everything she says is true. And if you speak against her, you're against everything. And it's like, that's what happened in the Karen Reed case too. Like, it was a mob mentality. Like, you cannot win. Critical thought does not win when there's a mob. And these wealthy people know how to use a mob. They know how to use social media. They know how to use AI. We have no hope. Like, there's no hope left. Especially with the AI coming. We're screwed. And you can think like, oh, well, I could leave the country. Sure. But these are the these wealthy people run the world. Like, it's not just here. You could live in a smaller country and just live like a quiet life, but then you don't pay attention to anything. And I don't know. I mean, maybe that is the best thing. But this is Candace's clip.
27th. We'll be back on Monday. Full steam ahead. Just really needed to just take a breather and really process everything that happened with Charlie and what it kind of means in terms of where we are. And I think it is a circumstance where we just know. We just know that he was truly betrayed in one of the most egregious ways that I think I've ever seen. It has made me lose faith in politics. It has made me fully lose faith in Trump. And my heart aches for the fact that he gave so much of his life to Trump and to politics. And they just were like, nope, that is it. And he serves us or doesn't serve us, and we want to move on. And so here's a holiday. Bro, if they try to give me a holiday, what is with them giving people a holiday after they kill them? Why is that a thing? You know what I mean? Like, oh, Martin Luther King, what about this holiday? What about this boulevard? Anyways, let me knock it off. Like, they're going to give Charlie Kirk a boulevard. They already did. They did in Israel. They gave him a freaking boulevard. It's like, as soon as they give you a boulevard and a holiday, they definitely killed you. Okay, there's no question. They killed you. There's no way. That's like their signature thing. It's like, that's what they do. It's the Fed signature. It's how they sign off after they murder you. So like holiday and a boulevard. And it's never on a nice side of town either. Like Charlie Kirk Boulevard is not going to be a nice side of town. Anyways, I will be back on the 27th, you guys. Thank you guys for all the support throughout these.
So she has proven things. I mean, the entire conversation that she was talking about, saying that Charlie had changed his stance on Israel, they all vehemently came after her, said she was lying, she was unhinged, she was this, she was that, and then she produced the text messages. They were all lying. She proved that. She also proved that there was no exit wound. She's the one that said that, and it's been corroborated thus far. She has done a lot more than, she's gotten us a lot more information than we would have gotten on our own. I think, we know who turned in the videos to TMZ. We know a lot more information because of what she was doing. But I wouldn't say she's proven nothing. I would say she's proven more than the FBI at this point. The FBI has proven that they can write some pretty bad text messages that nobody believes. I honestly I don't know. I'm not sure if she has direct info. I just can't imagine her holding out from giving it. I mean, it might be stuff that she's afraid of. I mean, Tucker was saying like he needs to have wisdom and needs to be careful about what he says. So I think no. So J15, I know that you want to blindly believe Turning Point, but Turning Point has told us that the bullet was found right beneath the skin, which was a lie. They told us to have blind faith. And I know you want to have blind faith in them, but you shouldn't. Because that whole thing, that whole tweet by that Andrew Colvett was a lie. It seems that Tyler's boyfriend was way more radical than him, verging on schizophrenic. I don't know if I don't know where that's coming from, but I don't know, because I heard some things from, his family, whatever family member came forward to speak to like the New York Post or whatever and say that he was against Republicans and against this and that. That is a unhinged family member, because if one of my family member, like he's not even implicated in the crime. So if like my nephew's friend or something was involved in something, I wouldn't call up the media to trash him. Like that's insane behavior. So I would say that he has a crazy family. One of his friends came forward and said that it wasn't him that was the problem. The family was giving him exorcisms and stuff, and like really unhinged stuff. So I just don't know. I really don't believe. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Like it doesn't make any sense. None of the neighbors, none of Tyler's, none of Lance Twiggs' neighbors has ever seen Tyler. They all knew who Lance Twiggs was, though. They all said, like, yeah, he's the kid, stays in the house a lot. They don't know who Tyler is. So he obviously, I mean, I don't think he lived there. I think that they were friends, and maybe they're in the Discord chat. I don't know. A friend of them both isn't speaking out. I would find it highly suspect. I mean, I'd be interested to see, because based on all of the neighbors and everybody else, they didn't. Even Lance Twiggs' family didn't know Tyler and allegedly lived in their house. Like I've never seen any crossover, so I would be interested to see what this friend is saying. I haven't seen it, but I'm very skeptical, especially with the gag order and everything. I've never really watched her. I mean, I've seen things, and I didn't like. She used to go to schools too, and I thought she was kind of condescending. I think she was dismissive about a lot of things, but I think that she's kind of evolved a little bit. J15, I think you need a baptism or something because you're obsessed with this vehicle thing. Like, I think you've said this every day for the past 30 days. Because he said vehicle. I guess that means he's guilty. Like, just firing squad right away. He said vehicle, so must be him. Must be it. So this is a Fox News clip that I hadn't seen before. So like every time I get deleted off of TikTok, it's like I start over. They know it's me because they're showing me the same shit I was already watching before. They show me a lot of Karen Reed stuff. You know, the McAlberts, they're using like AI to make a McAlberts board game for Clue. I just can't believe people are still obsessed with that stupid case. It's like the biggest waste of time case ever. I mean, it just shows you how shitty Americans are. Like that's literally what the Karen Reed case has shown me, is that people are pieces of shit. Like the majority of people in this country are garbage. And it's like, and will believe anything. And even if it doesn't make any sense, they'll still cling to it and still fight for it. And but this was a clip from Fox News. It's interesting. I heard about this before, but I didn't know a clip existed, but I did hear this. I think Candace Owens talked about this, but I didn't know there was a clip out. So this is interesting.
A tactical vest and jeans, is going to be wearing all black, black long gun, black tactical helmet, a black mask, possibly wearing a tactical vest and jeans.
Charlie Kirk is
Yeah, a helmet. Like what? What are we talking about here? I mean, I know that, and I didn't give much weight to it. So Candace Owens said that she spoke to, and I think it's the kid that took the video of him on the roof. So it was someone. So I think this is another thing that Candace Owens is proven right about, right? So like now I know this clip. She said that she spoke to the kid that was taking the video. That was like, is that the guy on the roof? You know, like that video. And that kid told her that he was wearing a tactical outfit and a mask and everything. So that just confirms that she was telling the truth. So I don't know. I don't think she's putting out nonsense. Like she is telling the truth. And the government's trying to scrub this stuff off the internet. So it's very odd. Very odd. Very odd. Oh, and then this thing really, really, really gives me the heebie-jeebies. This was the Charlie Kirk show. It gives me anxiety, like, but you guys can judge for yourself. I'm not gonna put it in your head what I think. I want to see what you guys think. But I would just think that in this video, you would at least see Charlie Kirk once, you know, just once.
The Medal of Freedom is awarded to Charles James Kirk. The United States honors him as a martyr for truth and freedom.
Charles James Kirk. In his final moments, Charlie testified to the greatness of America and to the glory of our Savior, with whom he now rests in heaven. As I said on the day that he was assassinated, Charlie Kirk was a martyr for truth and for freedom.
Today we're gathered not only to celebrate Charlie's birthday, but to honor a truth that he gave his entire life to defend, and that's freedom. I can say with confidence, Mr. President, that you have given him the best birthday gift he could ever have. Charlie's life was proof that freedom is not a theory, it's a testimony. He showed us that liberty begins not in the halls of power, but in the man of a heart surrendered to God. To live free is the greatest gift, but to die free is the greatest victory. Happy birthday, my Charlie. Happy Freedom Day. God bless you.
Like that literally makes the hair on my arm stand up because it's so produced and it's all about her. All about her. Like his parents are in it, like the back of his head. I don't like it at all. Like it's just so weird. It's so weird. And like I look at the comments and everyone's like, "Oh, Erica is such a strong woman," and I'm just like, I really need to get the hell out of this country. If people are really, it's just so crazy. I don't know. I don't know. So there is a new motion, which I don't even know what to make of this, but there was supposed to be a status hearing on October 30th. So this is a surprise hearing for tomorrow at 3:00. I don't know if this is a typo or what, but like the first sentence says they're gonna like transport Jackson Thomas Fox for the hearing. So they might have, maybe it was supposed to say Tyler Robinson, but Jackson Thomas Fox, it's a guy. So it's not another suspect. We know that because I looked him up and he's been in jail since July. So I'll pull that up real quick. So Jackson Thomas Fox, this is like a Salt Lake City newspaper. And basically he was talking to a 13-year-old girl and there was pictures and I think she sent him pictures and whatever. So he's been in jail. So what would he have to do with Tyler Robinson? Right? Unless they were in the showers and Tyler was like, guess what I did? Oh, I killed Charlie Kirk. And maybe this is going to be another hearsay evidence. Like, I have no idea. Or maybe they got in a fight and this is going to be someone testifying that Tyler is dangerous. Like, I have no idea. But it all kind of comes back to the guy that turned in Tyler Robinson, Mike Mitchell, who was a pedo hunter, whose job was to lurk in chat rooms, to, you know, try to entice pedos, to try to, you know, have them send pictures. And George Zinn also had stuff on his phone, right? Same kind of stuff. There was a New York Post article that came out trying to like trash Tyler Robinson, saying that he used to look at furry porn. So I don't know. I just think that there's like a blacklist that this guy, Mike Mitchell, has, because yes, that's what you would do. If you're a pedo hunter, you are keeping tabs on everyone. You're seeing what they watch. You're seeing what they download. You're seeing who they interact with. You're looking at chat rooms. And when you're doing something like that, a job like that, you are collecting a lot of blackmail on people. And who are the people that they really want to take down? Right? Like, who do they want to go down for this crime? They said it from the beginning. They really wanted a trans person. I guess they couldn't find that. So what would the next best thing be? I just don't get it. I don't know what's going on, but it just seems like this is a recurring theme, right? So like the New York Post article, and it's who's going to leak to the New York Post besides the feds, right? A local Utah person is not going to call the New York Post. So they leaked that article about him watching furry porn to try to like muddy him up. And it was like a cartoon too. So it's like, what does that even mean? He watched some cartoon. I mean, it's so weird. I don't even think it really muddies him up. I think it's just like, that's all you have. That's all you have on this guy. And then George Zinn had stuff on his phone. And then this guy that's, I guess, going to the hearing tomorrow has stuff on his phone. Like, that's why he was arrested. So, I mean, I think that, yes, PDF hunters are shady. AF, because a lot of them, well, this one, he's had 15 different titles. They called him a detective. They said he worked for the U.S. Attorney's Office. They said he was a Boy Scout leader. They said he was a youth pastor. And maybe he is all those things, or maybe he was all those things at some point. But to be a youth pastor and to be a Boy Scout leader when you're secretly like trying to get dick pics, it's a little weird. It's a little weird. And I mean, I just don't think that those two things should ever be the same person. It's weird. Because like to talk to those people all day and to try to trap them, you're not going to have a clean mind to be able to mentor children. Like you're just not. It's just not possible. So I just find it very odd. And this is, so I was looking at Jackson, the inmate, to see how long he's been in there. And this is his information sheet. So he was arrested on July 13th. His status is active, so he's still in jail. He's 5'11", 230 pounds. So he's also 22 years old, so similar to Tyler. Same birth year. He's definitely a lot heavier. Green eyes, brown hair. USA, baby. He would have been deported if he wasn't. Right. I don't know. I think that they could have messed it up. It's just such a weird thing. Like, how can you be that messed up? I think that, nothing about this makes any sense. So we had that clip of Candace Owens. There's another clip. I'm trying to think if she said anything on that one that's worth it. But there's this thing. So Animal Farm, and Tucker Carlson was talking about this. And I loved the book Animal Farm. I think I had to read it in 9th grade. And I don't think I really understood. I mean, I understood the concept, but I couldn't relate it to the world I was living in at the time. I mean, it was like the Bush presidency. Like I didn't know anything about corruption or whatever. But the big thing about this picture, Animal Farm is about like they're all oppressed on the farm, right? They want freedom, they want this, they want that. And the pigs were the ones that were advocating for them the entire book. And they were leading the charge. They were the outspoken people. And then at the end of the book, the pigs are sitting with the men that were oppressing the rest of them. Suddenly, like the pigs were part of the corruption when they were leading the charge against them. All they had to do was open up, in our country, all you have to do is you get into the position thinking you are going to make the change in the world, but then you realize that money runs everything and your career will be over if you don't comply and you don't have donors behind you. So you can't really just be free to say whatever you want, right? And I think it's the same for if you have a platform. You can't say whatever you want. That whole platform could just be taken away. And that's what corruption is. So you have to play the game, and so the pigs just become corrupt. And Tucker Carlson was saying this is what could happen to MAGA. He's like, it hasn't happened yet, but I don't think that this situation is MAGA. So MAGA completely cleared everyone out. And like they're not sitting at the table with the former oppressors, right? They pretty much took the power away from the people that have been in power. And so to me, it means that it's just the money thing. Like it doesn't matter. Like the people that they replaced, like draining of the swamp, those weren't the people. Those were just the figureheads. Those were just the people that we saw. But the people in the background with the money, the donors, they're still running the show. Now they're just running MAGA. And like, that's all it is. And you know, and now there's more corruption. I mean, I just think that we're screwed. Yeah, this was it was a good read. I remember the sheep. The sheep are always like just going along with whatever. That's where we get it when we call people sheep from this book. And that's who we are now. We're probably with the horse and the duck and the goat, and the pigs are running everything. And certain people have been pushed out of this circle. I think Candace Owens has been pushed out of this circle. Charlie Kirk was pushed out of this circle. Tucker Carlson was pushed out of this circle. There's a lot of people looking through the window now. I mean, I even think Marjorie Taylor Greene is pushed out of the circle and is looking through the window now. And that's kind of where we are as a country. And we're just going to see, you know, people silenced. So they're either going to bring you in, or if they can't, they're going to try to silence you. But it is always amazing to me that I am the one that's getting banned when there's these kind of conspiracies. Let's see if I can find him.
Well, Candace Owens is effortlessly making her rounds about CK's pew-pew. We are focusing on the wrong Trump. The Trump we need to be focusing on is Tiffany Trump, her husband's father, specifically. I need not say anything else. I will not say anything else. I will not name any names, but I will say Tiffany Trump's husband's father and the connection between their two fathers. That is where the answer lies. If this video gets taken down, I did not take it down. I love my life. I live a very luscious life with the people I love. I've cracked it. You have to prove me wrong, and I guarantee you'll prove me right. I hope you can stomach this information, and I hope that we can come together after this.
I do not know anything about Tiffany Trump's husband or any of that, so I don't know if anyone else does. I don't know if I'm prepared to know anything else at this point, though, because I feel like the more that I know, the more I have to watch what I say, and you know, potential for some bad act is. I really want to know what's going to go on at that hearing tomorrow. I think my thought is that hearing tomorrow, it's behind closed doors because they're going to talk about security, maybe about him wearing civilian clothes. I think they are supposed to talk about that. I know that was one of the subjects I needed to talk about. And whatever that other person is doing. Oh, this potentially could be what. See, this is the thing I don't get. So I saw a video by Aaron Parnas where Aaron Parnas had a list of all of the donors that were paying for the renovation. And his video is not taken down. But I didn't list out who they were. I just said, well, now we know who's running everything, because it's always the people that are funding shit. It's always those people in the background. Like, our politicians are just figureheads. Like, I don't believe. I mean, I did believe that Trump had control at some point. I really don't believe that anymore, though. So I did have some faith that the things that he really wanted to do, you know, America first, could be good for the country. But at this point, I think they're all bought and paid. Like, I think that they all bought their way into their positions where they are now, and now they're at the mercy of the donors, and that's it. That's how it works, I guess. I don't think it should work that way, but I don't know. But yeah, that picture of the white, I can't believe that though. I don't even understand what the hell is going on. Like, why isn't this going to take years to build? And like, why? I mean, I didn't even know that like president could just wreck the White House like that. Like, what? What are you doing? It's insane. I don't know. I thought you like just renovate it. Like it's a historic building. I don't know, tear it down. What are you gonna build? A spinning dance floor? Like what the hell are you doing? I guess maybe that wing at the White House wasn't used for anything. I don't know. It's just crazy. But that's just my like historic. I mean, that's why I like. I really do like Washington D.C. I like all the historic stuff. I like the old buildings. I like those townhouses. Like I really do like the vibe of Washington D.C. But like this is a little disturbing to me because that's history. That's Jackie Kennedy's Rose Garden gone. Eleanor Roosevelt, her legacy gone. And for what? A ballroom with a spinning dance floor so all of the richest people in the country can get together and talk about how the rest of us are just trash and we're just like rats in a maze that they're going to play with. Yes, let's build that, please. My God. But yeah, I think I'll probably have more information after the hearing tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. We do live in a Black Mirror. This is Black Mirror. And that, that show was only a couple of years ahead of its time. Like we're there. We're there. Like the dating stuff. Like I was reading a statistic or like, I don't know, something about Gen Z men are not having sex. Like it's like compared to like prior generations, it's like a very, very low number that is sexually active. And it's weird. It's really weird. That's probably why there's problems, right? I don't know what the deal is. Well, yes, they're gonna hump each other in their furry costumes. That's one way to go about it. Or they're gonna give their best friend hormones to turn him into a femboy. I mean, what in the world is happening? Like, really? Oh, there was a funny video. Where is that? Of what's his name? I lost it. I mean, I think this is like the territory that we really can't speak about. That's the thing. It's like they're afraid. I think that anyone that's seen them is afraid because these are people that, so my whole interpretation of it is that the guy, Jeffrey, was some kind of intel person that was getting blackmail on these people. So he would invite them over, let them get a massage, and he was probably filming, and the girls were doing stuff with them. And I think that's what the whole thing was. And it went on for years and years and years, and everybody knew about it. And, some people probably didn't know about the blackmail, but people kind of knew that he was like a philanderer, like he messed around, liked girls. But it's just so gross because these people were victims. Like they weren't consenting adults. Like Yeah, it was all blackmailing, and it billions of dollars. One account had like $1 billion in it. And so it was like powerful people. And I do think that they're afraid. But I mean, what do you do in that situation? Like, I mean, I know what I would do. Maybe I'll give someone an idea, but what I would do is, you know, similar to other leaks. Just, you don't want to be the one that puts it out, but call up the Washington Post, call up this person, or, you know, orchestrate a break-in. That's what you do. Let it get out, and then be done with it. Like they released all the files about everything else. Yeah, everything about it is just so sketchy. I gotta take this picture down before I'm on the list, like the anarchy list or whatever it is. I feel like I am on. I shouldn't be though. I'm not even trying to fight with anyone. Like I think that we're all in the same situation. I mean, I think that I'm on one side because I'm forced on one side. I mean, I don't really have a choice. Like, could I really? I understand like both sides of the arguments, but being a gay man, like, am I? And I mean, I think there are a lot of white gay men that are Republicans, but I think they're terrible people, only because you are not even being true to yourself. You are hoping that because you are white and because you grew up a certain way that you will continue to have that leg up on other people. And I don't like that at all. And I think that that's kind of the MO. So like, in my opinion, I don't even think that I could ever be on that side. I don't think that I'm far left or whatever. I'm just on that side because the other side wants to like take away rights, and you know, if they had their way, they would have concentration camps. Let's be real. So I mean, and I'm never gonna, you know, pretend to be something else to get along with people that really hate everybody. And I'm not saying that everybody does, but the general, you can't be a minority or a targeted group and not hear what they say. I think that if you are white and straight, you might not hear all the words, but like I know when people are trying to incite stuff. And so it's alarming. And I feel like the right hears it too, because I think that the right, or the Christian right, used to get it a lot, where people would say a lot of things about Christians that were like targeting Christians. And I think that's wrong too. But I think that's like kind of the holes that they have us in. There's certain groups that like we're forced into because of who we are, where we were born. And then there's this gray area, but they just want us to fight. And I don't think it's legitimate. Like, I think these talking points are toxic as hell, but that's how we stay distracted. That's how, you know, we radicalize people on different sides, and then there's some tragedy, and then everyone's like, oh, it's the other side. I mean, it's just so transparent. I wish that people would just, you know, just be happy and just love thy neighbor. Like, why is that so hard? Love thy neighbor, be happy. What would Jesus do? Let's just do that. Why can't we just do that? But I digress. But I will leave you with this video from, what's his face? From Josh Hammer, who was responding to Candace Owens. I think it's kind of funny. Well, he's angry. But have a good night, and we will talk again. I'll probably be on Sunday around the same time. There'll probably be some new information after the hearing tomorrow. Enjoy.
You are a sick, twisted woman, Candace Owens. I sincerely hope your husband, George, and his esteemed family see you for what you are and get you the help that you so desperately need. I hope that Brigitte Macron bankrupts you with her defamation lawsuit. We are certainly already looking into legal action on our end as well. And you are just the worst of the worst. But I think it's worth just talking a little bit more about just really just how off the rails demonic this woman has become. Let's go ahead and watch a clip of Candace Owens talking about me on her show while I was offline celebrating the holiday of Sukkot earlier this week.
You have to be someone that is, or maybe rather someone that is possessed by something that is less than human, subhuman, to do that. There's no humanity in you. That is why I named Josh Hammer. I believe he is a deeply disturbed man. Filth. Okay? Absolute filth. I don't understand it. I can't comprehend it. Whatever that is that lives in him does not live in me. There is no truth in him. Obviously, there is no truth in Josh Hammer. I know we won't get answers from you, but let me promise you that if I get a text message to the effect that you were somehow involved in him feeling anxiety the day before, if you did something that gave him anxiety in that way, I will release it instantly. There will be no place that you can hide.
Filth. Subhuman. You should spend time with your family. You should observe the Sabbath, something else that Charlie Kirk would have urged you to do. In fact, he had a whole book set to be released posthumously this December about that topic. Not everything is an insane, elaborate conspiracy theory. A radical left-wing indoctrinated ex-Mormon who gets radicalized on campus is in a romantic relationship with a transgender roommate, decides to equate speech with violence, as many in the academy teach, promulgate, and earnestly believe with every fiber of the being, and then decides to act out against transgender skeptical speech of Charlie Kirk with a horrific, irrevocable act of politically motivated violence.